Hey Steve, the mental health nurse, and today we're looking at improving your self-esteem. So, people with mental health, people with neurodivergence generally struggle with this one because, again, we see the world in a very different way to others. We're projecting this perfect image and striving for something that just generally doesn't exist. And it's that projection, it's that mirroring, it's that masking that causes lots of problems around self-esteem. And that negative thinking, that negative voice up here, always finding something wrong, is what's going to cause the problem around self-esteem. So what we need to do is we need to identify negative self-talk. We need to practice self-compassion. We need to set those realistic goals. We need to focus on our strengths. We need to take care of our physical health. We need to cultivate a positive relationship. And we need to engage in activities that brings us joy. So let's start at the top. Identify negative self-talk. So just become aware of your inner chatter. I'm fat, I'm ugly, I've got grey hair. What's the point? And when you hear that, go to that positive self-talk session that we did. Reframe that thinking. Look at your strengths. Look at your positive things. Just reframe that negative self-talk to something positive. Practice self-compassion. Accept your flaws, but do it without judgment and treat yourself with kindness and understanding. So, for example, I may go, you know what, Steve? All right, you've got a few extra pounds in you now. Because it's going to keep you warm in the winter, isn't it? You know, I always used to say, being a bit of a larger guy, if the wind blew, I'm not going to fall over. It's just a reframe in my head. Stop looking at the negative side of things and looking for the positives. You know, grey, fine. I am going grey. I have to accept that. Acceptance. I could dye it. I've tried dyeing it. It takes forever. But I can accept it and just go, well, it makes me look more distinguished. It is what it is. So that's the self-compassion. That's the kindness bit. Accepting where you are and just live with it. Because the moment you accept it, it's gone. It's a bit like forgiveness. If you hold a grudge, you're the one that's burning the energy because you're the one holding that hate. The moment you forgive, it's gone. So forgive yourself, be kind to yourself, practice that kindness to yourself. Set yourself realistic goals, make sure they're achievable, keep on top of it, and then you won't set yourself up to fail. Focus on your strengths. And I have said this quite a few times. Strength-based approach. Look at what you can do. Celebrate everything that you can do. Build up a positive self-image. Take care of your physical health. Make sure you get enough sleep, exercise, diet, and all that lot. So again, look at those other videos that I've done before. Cultivate a positive relationship. So that's about being kind to yourself and being kind to those around you. And finally, take part in activities that brings you joy. You know, it could be celebrating your accomplishments, hobbies, or do voluntary work. Do something that brings you joy. And very much for me, doing these videos, providing people with an insight to the mental health world, giving people the tools to cope brings me joy. And that's why I do it. So I'm hoping that you can find some joy that you can bring to yourself. And finally, remember, improving your self-esteem is a process. It doesn't happen overnight. Changing those negative thoughts into building ones takes time. But for every negative that pops in your head, fight back. And I always say to patients when I do this face-to-face with people, I say, you know, would you put up with that in the real world? Would you let somebody say what's in your head to you? And 9 out of 10 times people go, no, I wouldn't. I go, what would you call it? And they go, it's a bully. Exactly. You are bullying yourself up. And the only way to stop a bully is to sometimes you've got to stand up to that bully and go, no, I'm not taking this anymore. So to my brain, no, I'm not taking this anymore. I am going to develop a positive attitude. I'm in control. You listen to me. I am strong. I am able. I am worthy, love. And those mantras are going to play. And I will beat you because ultimately self-esteem is a constant persistent. You have got to constantly work at this because the more you do it, the more natural it becomes and the more of a behavior it becomes. And remember, everyone is beautiful. Doesn't matter. Everyone has something positive that they can celebrate and talk about. So do what you can to improve your self-esteem, put the work in and start building up a strong mental resilience and look after yourselves. Take care for now. All the best.